Hello, fellow gamers. What's up? I'm Nals, and yes, I am a dork. Here, let me get more comfortable. Look at that. Tony Stark in it, wearing a suit right under the Iron Man. Welcome to my first video, on what will probably end up being my channel overview. And yes, I have had a channel before. Didn't work out so great, blah blah blah. The, uh, the situation financially back then wasn't so great. But, in this new channel, I hope to cover many things, primarily video game related material, but I will more than likely throw something random in once in a while. Uh, just like something that I may throw together in like a photo editor or whatever. But right this minute, I do have a lineup of certain things that I am working on so far. First one is Real Talk. This is basically Real Talk right this minute, but uh, Real Talk is going to be taking a topic, say something happened to me during the day or something I saw on the news, and I either enjoyed it or I extremely hated it. And it caused me such frustration that I just came to you, the internet, and the wonderful YouTubers and everybody that watches this kind of stuff, and just gonna explain to you why it's great, or just why I think that it should be taken and strung up and beaten until it's dead. The other thing I currently have in progress is called Know Your Class. This is going to be me covering World of Warcraft classes, and eventually, once I get into uh, recording things on, say, like the Xbox. Uh, Quick example, like if I'm a sniper and I see you as some low level that's just running in and trying to tank it out like the guy that's holding the minigun, that's what this series is. Know your class. uh, but as far as what I've got so far, it's me teaching you World of Warcraft classes. I've touched on every one of them. I'm fairly new to monks, but I've understood them and I've learned from other people. I can go from, I'd say level 1. Really, you don't need information at that level, but you can go all the way up to 90 with me because that's what I do. I enjoy end game content. I can't hardcore like I used to, but I still try. Um, the other thing that I'm really proud of, and as soon as I saw the information come out about Warlords of Draenor, I instantly started coming up with a script and ideas for episodes for this one. It's called Preparing for the WAD. The best part was coming up with the name, yes. And that one, I'm going to cover stuff that's it's already probably been out, like the zones, the lore, stuff like that. But it's going to be with my kind of a twist, and it's also going to be not just lore and all of that. It's going to be to show you how to take onto the game when it first comes out. So Pandaria came out. I wasn't ready for it at all. Like, neither were the servers. In my case, my server was so bad that the mission where you go and you bomb things, we ended up doing like 100 of us. We ended up doing the figure 8 in the air, and it froze the server out. Um, but it'll just be information on like, okay, I'm jumping back in. What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? What new things do I need to learn? Because I don't feel like reading a book, or I don't feel like reading the website, or what have you. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. I mean, I don't want to go into detail because it's a really good series in my head, and from what I've got so far, and I don't want to ruin it. Um, the other thing is gameplay highlights and streaming highlights, because once in a while when you're playing the game, awesome things happen, or glitches happen, or you get a really nasty crit strike in a battleground, or in my case the other day I was doing an LFR and I crit striked one of the tower bosses for 1,000,000. That kind of thing. Um, as of right this minute, though, it'll pretty much just be gameplay highlights, because streaming is limited right this minute. My setup isn't really fit for full-on streaming. I'm hoping to save up, and that's why I have the stream, is so that people can donate and watch some really wicked cool gameplay when I finally do have a computer. The other thing I would be covering is vlogs, and 9 times out of 10, a vlog may end up turning into a rant. And I know it's probably the uh, just the opposite of what you're supposed to do with that kind of a thing, but a lot of things tick me off. So that'll be that for blogs and rants. What I expect for this channel is eventually I want to get known. I mean, I know a lot of people, not personally in the industry, but I'd like to collaborate, interview, review games with, and stuff with, like, Boogie. I live 2 hours away from Danielle, or Trade Chat, or whatever you call her. Collaborate with, like, Swifty or something like that. Just anything like that I'd like to do in the future. I'd love to have, absolutely love to have a back and forth, not an argument, but maybe debate or something like that with Bellular Gaming or Danger Dolan. He's a really great guy. Or just a back and forth with, like, Boogie or Danielle about what they like about what they're doing currently. And that's my overall goal for this channel, other than to obviously do something that I enjoy, which is talking about video games, being involved in the video game world and everything like that. I didn't want to cover a topic in this video, but it's something that I think my channel should be really about, which is donating to people who need it. I mean, I don't need it officially. I mean, I would like a new computer, but I don't need it to the point where I need food or clothes on my back or a roof over my head, as you can see. But no, right this minute, we have in the world the typhoons or whatever it was that happened over in the east, and we have a lot of other things that could be donated to. And the first one for me is today at GameStop. I don't know if this is nationwide, but I'll cover the code. For $1 extra, I donated an actual dollar to St. Jude's Children's Research Foundation. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure if that's nationwide, but if it is, if it isn't, whatever. I'll include a link in the video description below. But one of the bonuses that you got, I don't know if you would get it off of just donating directly to them, but it's a donation. You should do it anyways. Is, for me, it says, "We sincerely thank you for making a donation to the children at St. Jude. Please bring back the following code between 12/26/13 and 1/5/14 and receive 10% off a purchase of a pre-owned game." Which I didn't even know that this bonus came with it. I just figured, hey, donate $1 to children's. There's no reason why I shouldn't. It's $1. It's less than a cup of coffee, quite literally, in the state of New York. The other thing that I got at GameStop was this. Call of Duty Ghost dog tags. And I don't know if it's going to focus, but it says all profits are used to place veterans in jobs. And I'm calling out all other YouTubers, streamers, what have you. You should all go pick this up. Everybody should, honestly, but you should all go pick this up because these people risked their lives, took a bullet, maybe not physically, but mentally, to the point of where they may not be able to work again. But if they can, this helps to pay for their job. And for you and I to be able to sit on our asses, and pardon my language, most of my shows will not have language unless it's a vlogger rant. But if we're fortunate enough to sit on our butts while these guys are over there getting fired at, seeing things that you and I wouldn't want to see. We've probably seen them in gameplay, but it's just video games to us. To them, this is something that happened 3 feet from their face. I mean, I know 3 or 4 veterans that came back from the Iraq War the second time around, not the first time, and they were telling me stuff that they could, and that was just, dude, I appreciate everything you've done for me. Lastly, the Typhoon charity is, you can get a t-shirt, or you can just go to redcross.com. There's always something to donate to. You should always be checking for something. If you've got an extra few dollars left over at the end of the week, it's not enough to buy that game you want, or if it's maybe $2-3 that, oh, I was going to set aside for the game, save it, or put it towards donating to these people who have less than you or have had something happen to you that they need the money. And the one I went through today was Twitch. And Twitch is doing this thing right now where the store is active again. They said they weren't going to do it, but then the tragedy happened. And the store is currently selling t-shirts. They have unisex, which for male, and then they have straight female. Red, yellow, blue, and Twitch purple. On the front, it has the Twitch logo, and then on the back, it has this shirt was paid for, and all proceeds went to something. I'm not 110% sure on what it says because I don't get the shirt for another 2 weeks. But I still gave my money to people who need it. So, with that, everybody, if you can, just swing by your local GameStop. If they have the St. Jude's thing, that's great. If not, I'll link something in the description of how you can help with just any kind of foundation. The veterans thing, I believe that's available on GameStop.com. I will make sure to link that. And the Twitch sale, I will also link. And upcoming, I forgot to mention this almost, the Make-A-Wish Foundation Blizzard pup thing is 50% of the sale price will be donated to Make-A-Wish. Which, if anybody's watched that Bat Kid thing, you all know that we should be donating our extra money. And what better way and you get something in return to remember, hey, I did something to help these kids. So, just keep an eye out for that. It's not available just yet, but definitely do it. I think that's it for me. Keep an eye out for my videos. I have no set date. I'm sorry, this beard and my face itch, and it's No Shave November, and it's somewhat driving me nuts. But keep an eye out for my videos. Usually the day that I put it out will be the day that I try to keep it out and keep it going. But with that, game on, friends, forever.